Hey everyone, hope you guys are enjoying Monster Hunter in whichever fashion you're choosing to play it in. And basically this is it. This is the last official event quest that we have available for the game and is now officially live. Yes indeed, Hazard Amatsu is officially live in Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak as part of the latest event quest. I do want to make a very quick clarification since in my last video when Capcom officially revealed it, a lot of people were asking me if this was just on the Nintendo Switch and PC Steam, and of course it's not. Now this quest is available on every single platform that Sunbreak is available in. Therefore, it is available on the Nintendo Switch, PC Steam, PlayStation consoles, Xbox, and PC Windows as well. Everyone gets their access to this official event quest since it's officially the last quest of the game. We have known about this quest for quite a long time since Amatsu was originally introduced. We knew that there was going to be a Hazard version of it. For whatever reason, Capcom was holding it and holding it and holding it. The bonus update came. We still didn't get access to it. But now it is officially live in the game as part of the Tokyo Game Show official presentation. They held two separate streams. I want to talk about that in a separate video since there are a couple of things that I want to talk about regarding Tokyo Game Show in general when it comes to what Capcom decided to do. So do stick around in my channel to kind of get those updates since I'm doing some actual translating from their official Japanese streams. But when it comes officially to what this Hazard of Melody of Mayhem quest is officially holding, if you for whatever reason don't necessarily know how to get your event quest by this point in time, all you need to do is make your way down to the Steelworks or in Elgato, go all the way down to the add-ons options and claim anything that's labeled in white, whether it is any one of the previous event quests or any sort of item packs that are available there. Within that, you should be able to see that in the green tabs, Hazard Melody of Mayhem, Slay Amatsu, and the Infernal Springs. This quest, it is fun. It is not the toughest quest in the game, but it is a fun challenge, especially for those who are returning, who haven't necessarily been playing for quite a while. The reason why I say that is because exactly as you would have expected, most of the better version of the Hazard quest have included tweaks and changes to a monster's kind of like internal aggressiveness, and this is something that we actually got to see for those players who got to see the PC version of this quest, as people just pretty much hacked their way into the Steam version and ended up getting access to it. Amatsu this time around, it's a little bit more aggressive, and there are some small tweaks that you need to kind of pay attention to, and I kind of want to lay those out for players who may not necessarily know. Usually he's kind of a little bit more relaxed since some of his attacks are extremely powerful and people don't necessarily have to feel too concerned. Usually it was a big flashy fight, a wall, HP wall type of fight if you will, but this time around, because he's more aggressive, you kind of need to keep your eyes peeled for a couple of things. First and foremost, he's going to be following up typical attacks that he does a little bit more often. For example, whenever he does that big water ball splash attack, he powers up and then he shoots a big slow ball, kind of like making water ball, kind of like making his way in an arcing type fashion onto a hunter. Usually he does two of those in a row, but they're both aimed in the similar direction, if you will. This time around, after he shoots the first one, he'll reposition his body completely and then follow up the second one, essentially wherever it is, whomever that target is, he'll follow it up with that same attack in a different fashion. So you need to kind of steer clear of that second follow-up. Essentially, just keep dodging, keep yourself moving, and you should be able to avoid it. It's not going to hit you, but you need to keep yourself moving. If he stops to attack, you're probably just going to end up getting hit, and then he's going to combo you off with something else. He's trying to basically throw people off guard. Another one of the things that he does often is this like lightning blade attack. He kind of does a double cross chop lightning attack where he throws like Beyblades, I guess as people have referred them as. One goes in an arc type fashion on the right, the other one goes in an arc fashion to the left. Usually what he does that attack and then he resets himself and stands still for a second. This time around, he'll back out a little bit and then he'll follow it up, whether it's a straight dash, he'll do a water attack, he'll do the water beam attack upward or something along those lines. He'll follow up those blades, especially if he is enraged, if he's enraged, he's gonna follow it up with kind of like one of those tornado attacks as well. So you need to kind of steer clear off of that as well. One of the things that a lot of people will notice, of course, as is expected with any sort of hazard quest, he has more health. He has more resistances. He's harder to knock down as well, especially when he's powering up that big tornado attack, that big spinning attack that kind of flings everyone upward, and then he puts that static terrain on the floor and he comes crashing down. Whenever you're trying to break into that attack, you can actually stun him from being able to do that attack, but the knock effect on that is not going to be, you know, like he has way more resistance. So if you are not necessarily sure, you kind of caught him off in the beginning, whenever he begins to power up that big tornado attack, probably back out completely. And just don't get caught up in that big tornado and the subsequent attacks that he's going to do after that, because you will be knocked down, probably stunned, and then you'll end up dying. So because he has higher resistance to that specific knockdown, you probably, you know, should be able to be ready to kind of go in as soon as he begins to charge up. Otherwise, you probably just want to steer clear and back out altogether. Another one of the things you'll notice is that whenever he actually does that like big tornado attack and it kind of pulls you inward so he can fling you upward into the air, you'll notice that you're being pulled in a little bit faster as well. That suction attack type thing seems to be a little bit more aggressive this time around. Also, when he's fully enraged, essentially when he's glowing red altogether, he's gonna follow up a lot of attacks with the water attack, usually those big water either spike streams or those aforementioned water ball attacks as well, that he kind of, water spheres that he kind of tosses around. He's gonna follow any sort of combo with that whenever he's like in the true enraged state, towards whenever he's essentially blue. He's just going to be very aggressive at that point. So a lot of dodging, especially if you're a blade master, if you're a melee user, steer clear off of those. And if you're a range user, just don't get comboed. I mean, you can survive one of his hits, but you don't want to get comboed. If you're a range user, just make sure you're avoiding most of the things most of the time. I know that's not much of a strategy there, but you definitely want to try to avoid as much damage as possible, especially when he's in one of those enraged states and he's ready to kind of combo you up. As you finish up the quest, you should be able to notice that there are some relatively good rewards here, but this is not a quest that I would actually recommend people to kind of do over and over to be able to gather rewards, only because of just the difficulty of the quest itself. You don't really want to be farming it. I wouldn't recommend it, honestly. You're going to notice that you're going to get a lot of melding bloods. I believe maybe upwards of 10 melding bloods. These are pretty good, of course, for the melding pot. You're going to be able to use you know, some free rewards there. And you're also going to be able north of 20 MP accelerants. Again, these are for you to be able to craft some talismans. I believe this is the quick one for you to be able to get some quick talismans there. So, you know, MP accelerants are very good. But again, this is probably not the quest you want to be doing that for, unless you're like just glutton for punishment, I guess. You know, certainly some good rewards in this quest for sure. As far as the actual finishing the quest thing goes, you're just gonna get some titles. There are a bunch of titles that I had that I'm not necessarily sure if they were part of these rewards. Thunderbolt, Calamity, Wraith, Tsukito, Serene, Lamplight, Hometown, and a couple of other ones. I'm going to be trying to overlay them on the screen. Sunbeam, Triumph and Return, Evergreen, Devastation, Guardian Deity, Large, KO, Rad. I'm not sure if all of those or some of them. I know I unlocked a bunch of them for this quest, so I'm not sure if all of them are or some of them are, but at the end of the day, some guild card titles there. I know you guys love those guild card titles, and basically they just have to give you the best rewards for that very specific quest. And there might be other rewards, but I didn't actually care to check. I was just very pumped that I was actually able to finish the quest, and I think that kind of puts in a wrap for my hunting experience in Sunbreak. I've not actually been playing the game all that much lately. I've been busy with other things, reviews and such. So it was really nice to be able to return, get this thing done. And it's a lot of fun. The quest itself is a lot of fun. It's kind of exactly what you would have expected. Amatsu is a fun fight. I've always said it's probably my second favorite fight, other than probably Shagaru. Risen Shagaru Magala is probably my most fun fight, or maybe even second or third. Risen Crimson Globe Astrax to me is still the most fun, most difficult fight in this game. But this Hazard Amatsu one is really cool. I'm pretty happy that and pumped that he ended up finally giving us this quest. And again, it's available on PlayStation, Xbox, PC, Windows, PC, Steam, and the Nintendo Switch. But that's about all the information that I have for you guys today. I still have a couple of Tokyo Game Show videos I want to put out talking about not only the 20th anniversary situation that's going on, what Ryosu Sugimoto spoke about regarding in Tokyo Game Show, and a couple of other things as well, trying to recap all those things there, since again, for some of the criticism that my channel does get, I don't see anyone else actually covering this information. And for those who are fans of the Monster Hunter franchise, you like to be informed, I try to cover all the information as best as possible. If you're brand new to my channel, though, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Hit the bell to receive notifications when the videos go up. And as always, thank you so much for watching. See ya.